guys, Kool-Aid here. I'm going to give you a really short video, okay? We've had a CME come off the sun that's Earth facing. We're going to take this one right on the chin, guys. This is going to be a moderate geomagnetic storm, which means we could see some cell outages. We could see actually some power outages. We might see upticks and earthquakes, all those kinds of things we talk about, right, guys? It's supposed to hit us on the 23rd. You guys can see it right here. Oops. Let's just go here. Okay, you guys can see what happened here. It is pretty precise CME. I'm just going to say this real quick. I'm going to do another video later on and show you guys a little bit more in depth. But if you guys look at this, okay, the yellow line here is a KP7. KP is the index that they use to chart how big or strong a geomagnetic storm is. The yellow line is a 7, the green is a 5, and that's usually when they start tracking them. But that they consider that a small or a weak geomagnetic storm. The red line's a 9. Okay. Yeah. So if you guys can see where you're at in the world, as far as in North America, I'm sorry if you guys aren't in North America. I've never navigated this site. This was sent to me by Scott over at Planet X News. Thanks again, Scott. This is crazy stuff, but I'm going to show you a cactus picture he captured also that's, yeah. If you go to the URL here at the bottom, guys, I'm sure you guys can figure it out how to get to this site and see where you're at globally. But anyway, guys, that happened. Right where I'm at, I'm right between the 7 and the 9, so I could see, whatever. It says most likely area of aurora extent between the green line KP7 and the yellow line KP5 and KP7. So that basically what that's saying is we may see northern lights all the way down in between this green and yellow. Okay? That's what it's saying. So, and if you follow this would be a 3, this would be a 5, that yellow line's a 7, and that would be a 9 KP. So if we're getting a 9 KP down this far, I don't know, man. Yeah. The chart only goes to 10, I think. So if it's over a 10, that's a pretty decent smack on the chin, guys. I don't think it's like a Carrington event or nothing like that. They're calling this moderate. This isn't supposed to be something, oh my gosh, run for the hills. But it's something we can't turn a blind eye to. Now, again, I'm going to do a more in-depth video. And again, Scott, thanks for sending this over to me. And I will say this. We've been watching this for over a week. Now, how can I sit here and say that I kind of thought this might be happening very shortly? Well, this is why. And I'm going to show you. We've been watching something for over a week, guys, that we just haven't really said much about. It hasn't shown up like this. Okay, now, all the action, if you guys think back, all the action from the sun has been coming off of this one side. So when I noticed that's when I started really looking into this. And I've noticed that there's an object next to the sun. Okay, and it's not moving fast like a lot of the objects we see, like stellar cores. This one here seems to have more objects with it. So, man, I just don't know what to say. Again, I don't want to call something that it's not, but I have a hard time not thinking that this isn't that system, guys. I'm not going to call it that system, but it definitely could be, because I don't know that we can we don't even know what to call stuff sometimes. Pretty much we can just tell you, hey, there's something there. Trying to track something and have historical tracking on it is very, very hard to do. It's something that is being done now, but we just don't have enough history of it yet. So this is, we're getting there, but this is something that we've been watching, like I said, guys. And how can I say that? Well, I'm going to show you one more picture here, guys. And this was on the 20th. Keep that in mind. Okay, this is today. The sun blew off right there. So what does that mean? If you guys put all that together, this is what that means. Okay, the Earth is over here. Okay, CME was Earth facing, right? So it blew it off this way. Well, if the sun's reacting with this object and it caused that CME to happen, that means that this object is between us and the sun, or at least close to it. So that's what that means. That's the only reason why I bring that up. We can probably pretty much say, because this thing isn't moving very fast, because I've been watching it for a while, that we're probably going to continue to see the sun react to this object. You know, probably going to see action off the sun. Look at this. Okay, this was on the 15th. Sechi just completely freaked out on the 15th. We don't have a whole lot of data from it, but we do have some, and everything that I've seen on Sechi from that day is completely whack. Just saying, okay? First thing I noticed on this one, normally when Sechi shows this one on the EUVI, the 195 angstrom, the black and white part here, normally the black areas are directly north-south. These are kind of tilted. Now, I don't know if it's because the satellite was getting bumped by energy, or if something got moved or what, but it just seems to me like this is a little off. You know, does that mean anything? Well, not really. Now, I want you guys to look at this. Let's just look at this one. Okay? That's right where that object would be, right? And I'll show you guys some time lapses later in my next video. But see the date? 18th. That was 2 days ago. Okay? This is the 17th. Same thing. Now, this was one capture. Okay, there it is, right? Now, what I'm going to do is, this is that same day. This is the 17th. I seen it react right there. Well, guess what? Watch this. Moved the wrong direction, guys. The energy started there and went back towards the sun. Either that or the sun sucked that back into it. But it reacted with something right here. But this energy is moving the wrong direction. It shouldn't do that normally. Now, the sun does recapture some of its plasma sometimes when it shoots a CME out. So that could be what's going on here. But it definitely is reacting with something right there. And that's where that energy stopped and then went back to the sun. So that just tells me that, yeah, I mean, we've been watching this for over a week. So, anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring that to you. And I'll bring you a more in-depth video later on. Hope you guys are having a good one, and God bless. Yeshua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.